Yeah, good afternoon. So here today we shall discuss on pyramids under projection of solids. So what is meant by a pyramid? So as you know already, uh, pyramid consists of a base, which may be a square, pentagon, or hexagon, and it consists of apex. So if I join apex to all corners of the base, so it becomes the respective pyramid. It may be square pyramid, pentagon pyramid, or hexagon pyramid. Okay. So this is the edge of the base of the square pyramid, and this is the corner. Okay, and this is a slant edge, so which is a slant in nature, and we have the axis, which is a perpendicular line from base to the apex, and so this surface is known as triangular face. Okay, and this is the apex. So this is an example for a square pyramid. Similarly, we have pentagon pyramid, hexagon pyramid. Now we shall proceed with the problem. So here the problem in pyramids: a square pyramid, 35 mm sides of base and 65 mm axis length, rest on HP on one of its edges of the base. Means it is edge resting problem. Okay. So draw the projection of the pyramid when the axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. So axis inclined to HP 45 degree and VP at 30 degree. So here axis inclined to HP at 45 degree. So that will explain you later. So now here it is we need to draw a square pyramid resting on one of its edges on HP, right? So first select, go for sketching, go for a square, go for rectangle option where you can get the square option itself. So if you go over there with a visible line, so here the width of this is 35 mm, 35, 35, and angle is 0. So we can click the square pyramid. Okay. So in pyramid, so we need to join this with visible line. So Y means if you watch from top, we're able to watch all these slant edges. So these are the slant edges 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And the base is square. So we have drawn the square, right? So from front, here if you watch, so here the front view lies from one of the side here. So if you watch from this side, so that will be the front view. Okay. So you're able to watch this side AB. So you're able to watch this ABO, right? So we shall name for this. So naming is very simple here. So you can just name it as A, B, C, and D. So here we have O bracket O1. Okay. So now this is naming is done. So now we can do dimensioning for this. So you can show that it is 35 mm. Okay. So that now the square pyramid, 65 mm axis length and 35 mm base sides resting on HP on one of its edges. So this is the resting edge. So I'm just showing this for your reference. So this is actually the resting edge. Okay. So now the first position top view is done. Now we need to project this up. So we can go for projection line and project it up like this, and center we can project till here. Now the center axis. So what is the height here? Go with center axis, given axis length as 65 mm. So type 65, enter, enter. Next we can go for visible line. So here, as you can see from front, you're able to watch this triangle ABO. So if you watch from down, you can watch AB and O. This face is visible. So that's what we need to draw here. ABO, right? So that we need to name. So here A visible, D not visible. To name, for naming, you watch from down. So A visible, D not visible. So I can name it as A dash bracket D dash. Similarly, B and C. So here I have B dash bracket C dash. Okay. And here O and O dash is there. So here O dash is always visible. Since it is apex, only one point is there. But here O1 is not visible from front. So if you watch from here, only this AB and O face is visible, but O1 is inside, which is not visible. So then I can do dimensioning for this. So this is 65 mm, I can show over there. See, the first position is done. So without any problem, easily we can do this. See, a square pyramid resting on HP, one of its edges. This is the resting edge, AD. Okay, this is what resting edge. So, and axis height is 65. So 65 I have done. So if you watch from down, only AB and O visible, that we have done. Next, second position is showing that axis inclined to HP at 45 degree. So here, this is a slant edge. Okay, if you want, I can show you this. This is the slant edge. Okay, this is a slant edge. So I cannot rotate this edge for 45 degree. Here it is told that axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree, but this axis and this slant edge are not parallel to each other. But in prisms, it was parallel to each other, so we rotated the lateral edge itself. But here it is slant edge. As the name indicates, it is slant in nature. We cannot rotate the slant edge. So what we shall do here for second position, we shall rotate the base itself. So base we have A dash, B dash. We shall rotate this. But for what angle? So base inclination will be equal to 90 minus given angle. So here given HP inclination is 45 degree. You subtract that from 90 degree. 90 minus 45. So you get 45. Okay, so 45 degree you need to rotate the base, right? So while drawing, what you need to do, so here from here draw a line for length. So length is obviously 35 mm, 35 mm. So angle I want here to here 50 I want, then it is 180 minus 50. I can take angle as 180 minus 50, that is 130. So while you can, while drawing, you can draw this side 50, and I'll show you the angle. Well, construction you can do like this. So this way you can do 50. Sorry, not 50. It is 45 given. So we shall take it as 45. So this angle, it is 35. So 180. Total is 180. So I want 45 degree. So 180 minus 45 you can take. So then if you measure the angle, you get 45 degree. Okay. So 180 minus given angle is 45. Do total. So I am doing here 180 minus 45 means I want here 45. But while calculating, you can take 90 minus 45 and 45 degree. You can draw a line with a protractor. Right. This is done. Next, what we need to do here. So here I need to construct this sketch over there. This base is this one. Right. So if you want, I can name this. So for naming, we can go with copy. I will name this like this. This is done. And one more is done. Okay. And this will be done here. Right. So now this length you can measure, slant edge length, and from here you can cut arc, and from here you can cut arc and you can join. That is one method. Or one more method, you can draw center axis from midpoint of this line. From midpoint of this line, you can draw center axis of length, how much? 65. Enter, and it is perpendicular to that line. Okay, it is perpendicular to this, right? Then I can go with a visible line, and we can join this to this. Okay, so second position is done, and this we can name it as again O dash. O dash is done, right? So now if I extend this, you can check out. So the axis inclination you can find now. See, now this is axis inclined to HP at 45 degree only. So to achieve this, I need to do that, right? So to achieve this, I can take this base inclination as 90 minus given angle. So 90 minus 45, obviously I'm getting 45 itself. So rotate the base for 45 degree and name this as A dash D dash. Then measure this to this and cut it. Then this to this and cut it. Then measure here to here and cut arc from both sides and you can join, right? So that's how you can do the projection of square pyramid. Now I need to project it down and I need to join. So first of all, we shall join this O point. So point O, I am joining. Next, point A and D. Sorry. So project point A. So try to draw perpendicular lines exactly. So A and D. So if not coming, you can click outside. Okay. Now I have done this. Now I need to draw visible lines. Now which are the visible lines here? So watch from top. So you need to watch from top. So before that, I will name this so that it will be easy for you to identify. This is O. This is point A. Okay. This is B. This is C, and this is D. Okay. And here somewhere comes O1. Now, which are the visible edges here? So if you watch from top, OB, OC clearly visible, right? So here OB, OC visible. So I will join OB and OC first. So OB, OC done. Then this BC is visible. So BC visible. So I will join this B and C. This much is done. Next, OA, OD. So we feel that it is not visible from top, but if you watch here, it is outside edge. It is outer edge, so it should be visible edge, right? So that you need to join here. And again, this AB is outer edge, should be visible, and this D and C is also visible, right? So now, since it is outer edge, OA, AB is visible, BC visible, CD visible, and DO visible. Without any hesitation, we can join that. So here OB, OC, if you watch from top, it is visible, you can join that. Next, I need to join this O1. So I'll project it down. So O1 is coming here, and I can show the center axis here. So I will trim this and I will go with the center axis and I will join this to this. Okay. So, but here if you watch from top, O1 is not visible. So I need to keep this O1 inside the bracket. Okay. So this is how we are supposed to do it. So now second position is done. But if you watch from top, this AD point, so you can see here, if you watch from top, this A and D is not visible in this position. So this AD should be hidden line. So you can delete this and you must make this as hidden line. Okay. This is what we need to do. So the second position is done. A square pyramid resting on one of its edges, right side edge is there, done. Next, axis side is 65 mm. So front view is a triangle we have drawn, OAB. Next, axis is inclined to HP at 45 degree. So here we rotate the base for 90 minus 45 degree. It comes 45 itself. Rotate the base 45 degree and measure this length and cut it. Then measure this length and cut that length here and here. You can join this, then project down and name it, and then you can join the respective visible lines and mark the hidden line AD. Resting edge AD is not visible, right? So this much is done. Next, what I need to do next is third position. He has told that axis inclined to VP at 30 degree. When axis is inclined to VP at 30 degree, we need to do bit angle method. For bit angle method, you need to do towards this side, right? Try to keep always the base downwards so that at the end the base will be visible. Our job will be simple, right? So now select projection line and draw line for 30 degree. So 30 length I will take around 120. So angle 180 plus 30 I can take in computer. 180 plus 30. So I get here. So confirmation, you can confirm your the angle. It is 30 degree. Okay. So this is done. Now what I need to do, I need to do bit angle method. So for bit angle, we need two axis length. O1 in first position, that is 65 mm. O1 in second position. This length I don't know. I will go for distance between and I will measure this length. So I'm getting 45.96. Okay. So first arc I need to cut for 65 mm, draw locus, then second arc for 45.96. Then I can draw the beta line. Okay. So select arc by center point method. So O point I'm fixing somewhere here. O. Now the arc length is 65 mm. Enter. I need to draw arc here. Yes. So I will trim one end. Okay. Or I will trim the other end itself. So this I am trimming. Okay. So now I will draw the projection line to draw the locus. So first you need to draw this arc, then you can dimension that if you want. Okay, 65 done. Next arc length is 45.96. So again go for arc by center point method. So to identify to find this point, what you need to do, touch this arc. So you get this point. So now that second arc length is 45.96. Enter and again draw. Sorry, 45.96. Enter. So we can draw one more arc. I am trimming this so that I can easily find use this end point of the arc. Next, I need to join this. So this is actually the center axis line itself, or we shall draw projection line only first. Okay, that is done. Next, I need to extend this line. So extend, go for extend command and extend this line to find the beta angle. So now I will find the beta angle for this. So I'm getting exactly 45 degree. So correct value I'm getting. So beta angle is 45 and this arc length was 45.96. Is only for your reference. Okay. So now what I did, I will repeat again. First, draw 30 degree line VP inclination, then measure this length 65 mm. From any point you can start and cut arc for 65 mm. Then draw horizontal line from that point, locus line. Then measure this 45.96 second axis length, and from the same point to O, you cut this. Okay, so this is point O. Okay, now I need to construct this square with respect to this O1. This is O1 point, and this was O2, which you don't need right now. Okay, so now this O1 is ready. Since it is the center axis, I will trim this and I will draw center axis from O1 and O. While drawing, you can directly draw the center axis in your book. So this much is done. Now what you need to do? So O is ready. So while constructing in book, you can use this method. You can name this point as 1, this point as 2. Okay, this only for your reference. You can write this as 1 and 2. Okay, now O1 to 1, right? This is 1. 1 to O1, one distance is there, and O1 to 2, one more distance you get. You can measure that. So measure O1 to 1. From here you cut arc, and from this side you cut arc. Then draw perpendicular line from beta line. Perpendicular line here. Draw perpendicular line this and this side. Then you measure that length 2 to D equal to 2A equal to 1C 1B. You cut both sides, then you can join that, you get the square. Okay, so here what I will do, I will just transfer this sketch over there. I will tell move with copy. This O I am fixing here itself. Left click, right click, then rotate without copy. Again fix O point and this center axis line. You can rotate and keep it on that beta line. Okay, so this is how we have done this. So now this is completed. Now what I need to do, so as I said, what you need to do is so what you need to do here is, so first after getting this O1, you have this line measure O1 to 1 equal to O1 to 2, right? From O1 you cut backside and towards front on beta line. You name it as 1 and 2. That will be this 1 and 2 available at that points. Then this one is this CB is perpendicular to O1 line, right? CB is in perpendicular and AD is perpendicular, right? So now what you need to do, from point 1 draw one perpendicular line, from point 2 you draw one more perpendicular line, then measure this 1C is equal to 1B equal to 2A and 2D all are equal. Measure any one. 1C you measure. From 1 you cut both sides. From 2 you cut both sides. Then you get this A, this B here, and this C here, and this D over here. That's how we need to construct. Then join D to O. So then join this D to O and OA, similarly AB and BC and CD. That's how we need to construct this sketch. Okay. So now we shall project up and join to get the final view. So beta method we have done. Now how to project up and join here? See, AD is on XY line. So I need to project D and A till XY line. Okay, I will name it to avoid confusion. This is A dash and this is D dash. Done. Next, I need to project this B and C. B and C, B over here. So B I'm joining and C I'm joining here. Again, I will name it. So this is B dash and this is C dash. Okay, this is done. Next, so now if you watch from down, so as I said, to join the last position, to draw the last position, okay, we shall complete this first, then later we can think of that, which are the visible edges. So this is O, I'm joining here. Next O1 is somewhere here. So O1, okay. So I will name this as O dash, and this is O1 dash. Okay, yes. So now if you analyze this, which are the visible edges here? See now, so first if you watch, the observer always lies below, as I said. So observer is somewhere here. So he's watching from down. So now, if you watch from down, this base A, B, C, D is clearly visible, right? So first join the base A, B, C, D in the last position. So I will join this A to B, B to C, C to D, and D to A. This is done. Next, which are the visible edges? See here, OB visible, OC visible. Okay. So here, what how you can understand is in the base portion, the upper edges which are there, the top edges which are near to the apex are first visible. So I can join this O dash B dash first, then O dash C dash. Next check for A dash, it is also outside. So O dash A dash. See now this is how the visible edges are identified, right? So O dash A dash, O dash B dash C dash. So upper edges are first visible. Then which is not visible, the farthest end from the apex, the O dash D dash. So that should be hidden line. So this is hidden line. Okay. So that will be kept here. So since base visible, O dash is visible. So now I can draw the center axis line O and O dash. O and O1 dash center axis. Okay. So first join, since base is down, the base is completely visible, join the base portion, then join the upper corners to the apex, right? So that is done. Then last, the which is farthest from the observer is point D. So OD is not visible. O dash D dash hidden, and center axis we can show. So that will complete the problem, right? So here we can name this as a beta angle. We're getting as a 45 degree. So I can mention that is equal to 45 degree. Okay. So that is a beta angle. So beta angle is equal to 45 degree. Okay. Right. So beta angle is 45 degree. So this is how you need to solve the problem. So now I'll just repeat again. Listen. So square pyramid, 35 mm sides of base, resting on one of its edges. So resting edge. Okay. And axis length of 65 mm. So it will look like a triangle we have drawn. Then here the base inclined, that is the axis inclined to HP 45 degree. So here in pyramid we do base inclination, which is 90 minus given angle, that is 45 degree given. 90 minus 45, you get 45 degree. So rotate the base, this base for 45 degree, then project it down and start naming. Since he has told axis inclined to VP 30 degree, we're supposed to do beta angle method. So draw 30 degree line, then measure this 65, cut it, draw locus line. Next again measure this axis length over 1, 45.96, cut it again, then join this and find beta angle, we're getting 45 degree. Next you mark this as point number 1 and 2. From O1 you measure O1 to 1 equal to O1 to 2. From O1 you cut up and down. Then draw two perpendicular lines. Then measure 1 to C. From 1 cut both sides, from 2 cut both sides. Then join all points respectively. Then project up. Since base is below or nearer to the observer, the base is completely visible. Then project the upper edges nearer to the apex. So draw those slant edges that will be visible first. And the one which is not visible is the farthest point, that is O dash D dash, which is far away from the observer. So that will be the problem. Okay, in this way, you can solve this problem.